save required from G2 here against EnVy. EnVy have just been knocking on the door, and here's one dropped down in front of Mist. Now the shot over Atomic. Adrees gonna do it in 2 minutes of overtime, and EnVy take game one.
And you saw JNEPS. He got a very light first touch on the ball, was able to get the 50, but the danger was in the rebound. And Drees taking it to his old team, getting the win for EnVy in game one.
Stealing away boost, being annoying as Atomic normally is against his opponents, has paid off. Now Chicago is just going to poke one free over the last man. It's the 1-0 lead for G2.
And this catches Drees by surprise. He's waiting for the shot from Chicago to come in, but
nicely.
Chicago...
Mist unfortunately couldn't get past Atomic. Now JNEPS and Chicago goal, and the last man beat. Atomic puts it over high, off the second touch, backboard. Easy for Atomic to push that one home. A 3-0 lead for G2.
And this was the G2 swerve. Atomic is hitting in front of net during a double commit. That's how confident Atomic was that he would score. G2 finding their form. Another defensive showing from G2, but this time they get the win. And we are tied up at 1 game apiece in the series. And G2 to be, I think, you're a difference maker. Even at the Winter Major, Atomic, despite having a tough time on EnVy, but EnVy starting to find their form in game 3.
And Mist coming alive here as EnVy able to break the curse of not being able to put one away. Just beating JNEPS to the ball, and with no one able to get on top of it. It's let G2 have more space than I think EnVy would like, and here's more space to Chicago that you don't want to give as they're able to tie it back up.
And Atomic, that first touch, setting up this second play. So deadly. Drees trying to deny the backboard, but it was too tough for him to read. Chicago and
throw
easy.
Off the defender, and you can see the experience to JNEPS knowing that you've got to wait for the give and go to happen before you make that challenge. And now JNEPS will just poke it by the defense. G2 into the lead.
G2 has been a step quicker in these situations. You see, even Mist had to jump over Chicago, and that threw him off his defensive line. Not able to score it.
That flip reset was so good, it got missed as well. The power behind it. Now G2 threatening. It's JNEPS behind the ball, and a 2-goal lead opens up for G2.
And that's a tough pill to swallow for Team EnVy. JNEPS taking it downfield, scoring after...
Really gone into the control of G2. Up until recently, EnVy only had 2 shots, and now Atomic over the top of EnVy. I mentioned this yesterday for EnVy. It was a problem that plagued them in the first regional. Just being beat over the top quickly on counterattacks has been tough for EnVy to deal with. Everyone getting involved. The shots are very evenly spread out across the squad. As the final second will tick down, and G2 a 4-1 victory. And I said the 3-0 victory wasn't a commanding one. This one certainly was. G2, it felt like they were in control for the majority of this game.
Chicago, light.
Oh,
Atomic faking out one, goes across net, and that's enough to end it. Chicago in place.
Look at this fake. Look at that fake from Atomic. That is world class to get the defender to bite on that one, and then a perfect shot over or a pass over to Chicago. G2 and Atomic especially making that one to be this close against G2 during the winter. The roster changes that paid off, but not here as Atomic gonna put the first one away for G2 with 1:17 on the clock.
And G2 has been pristine on their backboard defense. Not so much for EnVy. We've seen them, even in this game, miss
and like you said, it's tough to hold your defensive back line there for EnVy when you're fielding so many shots from G2. There's one from Illusion, and Mist gonna get one back. We're all tied up here with 48 seconds left.
Drees popping that up, and there is that shot attempt from Illusion. That near post was open, didn't connect with it.
It's in. As Chicago's not going to connect on that one, missed to cut it out. Low boost for him. Drees not going to win the challenge here against Atomic. JNEPS waiting. Atomic all the way. G2 going to take him down in 5.
Atomic dropping bombs from the sky. That air dribble right after the ceiling bounce. What are you supposed to do if you're that defender? I guess you can't do anything but watch as G2 takes this series convincingly over Team EnVy.
And you gotta say, you could feel that one coming in that overtime. G2 were all over EnVy. And it was, despite...